really important in your gymnastics. It's upper body, lower body, total body, and then holding, right? So you just do it all. So 10 upper, 10 lower, 10 together, 10 rocks, 10 holds. And you do that on all sides, right? We want to be really symmetrical. It's very important that these guys are strong in the lower backs, and we tend. But this is important later on, and it's super important for tumbling. It's super important for bars that they're locked in, right? If you put your arm up right now and hold it out to the side, you know, it's not real strong, but if you lock it in, you lift your shoulder and lock into your jaw or against your neck, you know, it becomes a much stronger unit. And same thing, we're really working on the heads moving. You notice these guys, this one is moving separate her arms a little bit. These guys are doing better. Everything moves as a unit. You want to move as much through your spine as you can. Okay, this is really hard coordination. So see how she's locked above, yet she's still able to move her legs. Okay. So shapes. We want to be very strong in our position. Quarter in, and she's just rock them back and forth, and then quarter out. So they can feel also a 1-2 of their hands, because that's really important as well. And you'll notice her split is not more than 100 degrees. Okay? And I'll show you in some vaults why this is so important. Inside hand hanging out of the wrist. So what I want her to do now is when she touches the ground with the first hand, she can allow the second hand to release and touch the second hand. This will teach you to stay in line as well. So fair rotation. All right, so I know they have to be off balance. So these are the best drills for them. Really simple. I want them to actually stop their feet, let their mass rotate past that, and then bang into the wall. And you can watch her, right? 1-2 hands. Okay, and just rotating. Now, if you look at the position, right, the arms reach up to down, good hand placement, everything is moving backwards. She had a slight chest drop forward, but she's not doing a super fast run. If that run speeds up, great, great drill. So just starting to teach them to move backwards. This is one of my favorite drills. It's just to lay out over the horse, you don't get to touch the horse. Okay? Because what shape does she do? Automatically. Right? She goes from the open hip, tight arch. She snaps to her chest. To a nice layout position. What I want them to understand, see the foam block there? Is as the chest rises, you're driving through your quads and you're coming through. Okay? That's a really, really important position. You know, because some kids will block it, just try and drive their chest and they get real soft in their hips. You want to be, I'm not saying you want to pike, but I would start it as a pike and then I would start ways on top, going through candle and making them hold position and rotate through to a push-up. Okay, this is kind of the easy version. Because what it teaches is it teaches them to stay tight and continue driving, right? Not soften up. And this is helpful. This is essentially kind of taking the legs out of it and just working on the shape. So not having that long lever down there. So she's just going to block, and she's going to snap her knees with her hips under. See the nice shape there? That's what I want. So I know box on the side, or if you only have one horse or something like that. And this drill works really, really good. If you put the mats a little lower, you can even make them turn over faster, but they have to get back real quick and off their hands real quick to get up on the blocks.
normally I'd be jumping back off the springboard, but some of them don't. There's the weak shape on the block ground. As soon as you hit that second mat, you know right away if you're, that's my pike vaulter. I don't know if you noticed. I told you I have girl pikes all the time. That's her. So you're starting to see that she's forcing herself to get off the table. I go mostly uphill all the time because I don't want my girls to think that you fall.
The back. So they're going up one toe, and then I want them to scoot their feet back. Keep scooting their feet back. Because guess what? This is a flexibility issue. It's not an issue that they can't do it. Some of the kids just don't have good flexibility in their ankles. So it's a great way. It's always easier to bend your knees to go to releve. So when you bend your knees and then let the kids go to releve, it's a lot.
So I have her go down, touch her hands, and come back up. And then I also have her do it on her opposite leg. So she does the same thing. And if you notice, it's a struggle for her to get the opposite leg as strong as the dominant leg. I also like to, and then she comes up. And I tell the girls that they have to stand in a lunge and their arms have to go forward. This way they don't fall on top of each other, and it forces the girl doing the handstand to kick all the way up to vertical, which a lot of times is really hard to get the girls to do. I love to have them try walking down the beam because it really forces the girls to get all the way to vertical. It also makes them get much more comfortable with the beam. And I handstand, and then I train the head looking to where it's supposed to go, which is inside the armpit. She actually went ahead and stood up. It's kind of hard to do with you by putting her stomach towards the wall. This forces the girls to do the cartwheel over the top and not around the side. And it can also work on having squared hips when they finish. I like over the top and push off their hands. A lot of times with the block foam.
This is my favorite one too. Great drill for Saturday morning training.
And she does the lever action with the picking up the block and putting it back down onto the beam. So I have her do 2 of those, and then I immediately take the block away, and I have her do a cartwheel, and I want her to visualize picking the block up off the beam during the cartwheel. So if you notice, her hands are facing each other because she's mentally thinking with our freeze position, and then going into a straight jump.